Hello, family, love, and light. Namaste. I would like to thank y'all for joining us here at the Orcs Neteru. This is a very special day because this is our first video for our YouTube channel. So please, if you're interested in following us, these daily readings, I'll be doing daily readings on here, but I'll be doing more than just covering the tarot. We'll be going in depth, discussing Kemetic witchcraft. We'll be discussing Kemetic occultism. We'll deal with the Kemetic tree of life. We'll be looking at the energies. We'll be dealing with self-mastery. We'll be dealing with self. Because no matter what system or knowledge that we apply, it's all about the beneficial of ourself and the growth and development of our souls or our spirit and looking within, being reflective. I kind of wanted to make this the first video because of what was revealed to me this morning, right? The energies this morning were very powerful. And a lot of people often question me, why do I pull two tarot cards? Right? Why do I look at two tarot? And there's a specific reason for that. First, I like to deal with the as above factor, right? And anytime you're dealing with an energy, well, you have to deal with a source, right? So as above being, some people look at the Neteru as gods and goddesses. Like I say, I like to look at them as cosmic principles that represent the universe as a whole and what functions or creates the different faculties within ourselves, right? So not only are these energies represented above, but they're represented below by us and our actions. Well, when we're looking at the energy of the day, or the Neteru of the day, the cosmic principle and law of the day, is the energy of Nut, right? Nut is a primordial energy. She represents, some people say she represents water. Yes, she represents water, but not just water like physical water, but she represents spiritual water. She is the primordial ocean that gave birth to everything in creation. That's the energy of Nut. And the energy of Nut, of the primordial ocean, is an active energy or a positive energy. It's a life-giving energy, right? And now this is the source. This is the source or the as above of what's going to be in effect for our lives today, right? This is the energy that we're going to feel today. But the energy that's actually in manifestation is the energy of the Ace of Cups. And when I seen this, I was like, whoa, that's very powerful, right? To see these two cards combined together, it really spoke to my intuition. It spoke to my inner God. It spoke to my energy, right? Because when we're dealing with the Ace of Cups, a lot of people say, yeah, we're dealing with emotions, we're dealing with intuition, we're dealing with the spirit, we're dealing with the soul. But most importantly, we're dealing with a seed that is being planted, right? We're dealing with the first level of creation because from the one, we go to the two. The two is really the coming to creation because there's the division coming away from the whole, right? So when we're dealing with the energy of Nut, right, being the source of the Ace of Cups today, something that you have to understand about tarot, right? The whole cup suits, right, starting from the Ace, going all the way to the King of Cups, right, is represented right here by this card. Right? This card, paired up with her partner, Nu, represent the whole suit of cups. These are the source. This is the whole scene playing out from the Ace to the King, from the beginning to the end. This is a passive energy. This is the active energy, but they're the same energy. Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking. Well, why is Nut being a feminine energy the active principle? Well, things got switched when the Greeks and Romans started giving the teaching from a predominantly male or masculine point of view. But according to the ancient traditional teachings, the female has always been the active principle, and the male has always been the passive principle. The sun, right, which represents the elements of Uset, for example, right? Uset is represented by the sun. But now a deity or a Neteru like Tahuti is represented by the moon. Well, why is that important? Well, the moon is a passive principle and the sun is an active principle, right? So ancient Kemet kind of looked at things different. Nu is the beginning of the cup suit. Nut is the end of the cup suit, right? So this is the transformation or the movement of the primordial energy of creation that gave birth to everything, right? This is the cosmic mother, right? This is represented by the Milky Way galaxy, right? So the energies that we're dealing with today is we're dealing with the energy of the Ace of Cups, right? So we're dealing with seeds, we're dealing with things coming to fruition. Now, this is going to be a highly emotional day. And that's something that we need to be aware of. Emotions are going to be on high, right? And when I think of the suits of cups and I think of the instability, right? Because this is going to be an unstable day. And you're going to see it within the actions of other people. You're going to see people that become extremely emotional for no reason at all, right? You're going to see people become extremely angry for no reason at all, right? One minute they're going to be sitting up there talking to you normal. The next minute they're going to be going off. They're going to be fussing. They might be cussing because the emotions or our cups have a tendency to spill over on days like this. And those who cannot rule themselves, those who have a lack of self-control, those who have not mastered certain principles or concepts within themselves, tend to allow their emotions to dictate their behavior, right? They don't use the intelligence or the source over the emotions or the source that goes inside of the cups, because you have to have a balance in all aspects of your life. You cannot always just be emotional. You can't always just act from the spirit. You have to also include the element of intelligence, because both are important when you're dealing with the manifestation of activities in your daily life. But this is something that you have to be conscious of within yourself, because other individuals, you can't control their actions, right? You can lead, you can teach, you can be the example. That's the most that you can do, but you have to understand what you're going to deal with today. You're going to deal with emotions coming in from all and every angle, right? And that's a very powerful energy, because I have cups over here, water, and I have water over here, right? Right? And the energy is spilling over. Anytime we're dealing with our emotions spilling out of our cups, our emotions spilling out into our surroundings, we have to be careful of that exchange of energy that is going to go back and forth between those you are closest with. Also, another thing to look at when we're dealing with the energy of the cups, we're dealing with the energy of intuition, right? And now with today being the seventh, eighth, and ninth, we're dealing with the energy of the new moon, right? Right? The new moon or the dark moon. Some of you know what I mean when I said the dark moon, right? So this is a great time to begin to plant our seeds. This is a great time to be thinking about increasing our psychic abilities, right? Doing that energy work, right? So I want you to pay very close attention to your surroundings today, right? I want you to pay very close attention to your intuition today, right? Be in tune with yourself, right? If you feel yourself getting angry, take a moment and breathe. And understand that the emotions that you're feeling is just a passing moment, right? You have to let those emotions pass you by. You can't stop the emotions, right? Because we're only human. We're gonna feel emotions, right? But you have to understand that some of the things that you're feeling, especially if you're an empath, are not necessarily coming from you. They're actually coming in from your surrounding. And it's very easy. It's very easy to mistake somebody else's emotion as being your own emotions. You know, sometimes you can just walk in the room and somebody in the room is angry, and before you know it, you're angry. And you don't even have a reason to be angry. But before you realize it, you have to catch yourself and be like, oh, I'm feeding off their emotion. They're angry. And that's why they're angry. And that's why I'm responding in the manner that I'm responding. Well, this is one of those days. This is one of those days where you might be around several people that are angry. You might be around several people that are upset. And before you know it, you'll be responding in the manner and you'll be like, why did I just do that? That's the energy of the day. All right. Sometimes our cups are going to spill over. You have to watch, especially when dealing with your family, especially dealing with your mate. You know, your mate might say something unintentionally, and before you know it, you done snap, you done went off, or you might find yourself fussing at your kids or yelling at them or screaming at them for no reason at all. And you be like, why am I acting like this? Or why am your emotions are spilling over into your surroundings, right? So I just wanted to bring that message to y'all today, to be aware of your emotions, uh, stand on your squares, right? Get your compass in your hands, right? And find balance within. Right? I'd like to thank y'all for viewing this video. Please look in the comment section, like, follow, subscribe this channel. And I appreciate y'all. Namaste and love and light. Thank you, family.